What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 55. We are middle-aged man. Middle-aged podcast. Welcome to the Potty Mouth Podcast, also known as PMP. I am always your host, Greg. Still no Vin, but I do have a big announcement for the listeners and the viewers of this show. I will be starting my own show next week. So look out on my socials, on PMP socials, which is the Potty Mouths Pod, on Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I will announce the name. Excuse me. I'll announce the name of it. I'll post all links. But if there's no Vinny, when Vinny's available, we will do PMP. We'll continue this show. When Vinny's not available, I'm just going to be doing my own thing from now on. Whole different channel, whole different graphics, different music, different segments, all that. It's my own thing. This is Vinny and my show. Again, when he's available, we will do the show together. But as of now, this is the last PMP show until Vinny's available. So it's not ending. It's just maybe put on pause. But with that said, we have a lot to talk about. And where else to start? But listen, it's late February. NBA is going strong. NHL is going strong. College basketball, men's and women's, going strong. MLS is coming back. But the big news is the NFL. So we're going to get into NFL news, get into a little Unrivaled, and then I'll get you out of here for the weekend. And then, again, next week, stay tuned. If it's me solo once, me and Vinny twice, or 0 times, stay tuned. Please follow me on socials. I will post links. We have like 30-something subscribers here. Obviously, I want 1,000. But please, if you're watching this, you're listening, and if you subscribe, please be ready to subscribe to my new channel. It means a lot. Please be ready to subscribe and listen to my new channel, my new pod on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, wherever you're finding me, whoever you are, friend, family, foe, creep, stalker, whoever you are, please do the same with my new show coming. Please follow Potty Mouths Pod on all socials to get links, to get the name, to get anything you need to find me solo. I'm excited about it. It just makes sense. I won't have to keep bringing up, I do have a co-host. I won't have a co-host for that show. It would just be me. Maybe edgier, so Vin won't have to answer for my crimes, my social media crimes or anything. But we'll see how it goes once it starts. But I've been working on logos and finding music and all that, and I'm excited. So please follow me there too, if you care, which you should, because I'm almost awesome. But anyway, let's get into it. So a lot of NFL news broke out. They're down there in Indy for the combine, so a lot of people are talking. And rumors are, and the suspicion is, and the thought is, that Jamar Chase is going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. Say what you want. He deserves it. He won the Triple Crown for receivers. He led them in catches, yards, and touchdowns. And him and Burrow did their thing, man. So good for him. I hope this is true. I hope the assumptions are true. Plus, I told you that the salary cap is going up. They're getting more TV money. Netflix is in the game now. Amazon's been there for 3 years or so. So they have the money. So pay these men. They're skilled. He's keeping his nose clean. So he's earned it. And yeah, it was a hold in. It was a hold in during training camp. He did not go home and sit and wait. He was at practice. He wanted to be there. He just deserves some money, and he rightfully so. He did. That's what he thought. So anyway, So that's the rumor. That's the belief that Jamar Chase will be the highest paid NFL player. Obviously, that won't last long. There will be a D end or an old lineman, maybe if he's Lane Johnson good or Trent Williams good, maybe. And then there'll be another receiver that will come up for free agency. So that will be broken, but good for him. Good for him. He's a great player, and I love him. He's on my Bengals, my little kitty cats, my little grass cats, turf cats, whatever you want to call them. So, football felines. So next, we'll stay in the same division. Everyone knows by now that Myles Garrett requested a trade, and it is believed that the Eagles want him just so the Commanders don't get him. I think this is kind of crazy. If I'm an Eagles fan, if I'm with the Eagles, you're gonna, and I know they're loaded. I know their roster's great. They don't need Myles Garrett, but are you that scared if the Commanders get one guy? I know there's rumors about Debo, maybe T. Higgins, maybe getting a weapon for Jaden Daniels over there, but I think this would be stupid to, you kill it in the draft. You're going to give, 2, 3 first-round picks just to block another team? I think that's stupid if teams do that, if that's a true belief, if that's a true mentality of Howie Roseman and the world champion Eagles. But with that said, also the Browns say they are not trading him. So I don't know what to believe. But if the Eagles want him, I guess they'll pony up. But I would like to see the Commanders obviously build that roster even more and help Jaden Daniels. They will be formidable as long as he's healthy, as long as they have good coaches around him, just to keep it going. I don't think he needs good coaching. Eventually he won't need any coaching when you're that good and that accurate, and he does the VR stuff, and he is used to game speed. Like 6 a.m. he's going doing the VR stuff to see game speed and get those reps in, which I'm wondering if a lot of quarterbacks will start to do, seeing his results. But he was always accurate, even at LSU. So won him the Heisman, really. And with help from his friends, his 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers. So that's the Browns. Let's go a little further south. And this was shocking, where the Falcons GM said they didn't know that Cousins was hurt. He was throwing like 5-mile-per-hour passes. He was throwing ducks. I don't know how they didn't know this. It was pretty clear. He was throwing like he was throwing like cement bricks that weren't going far. Obviously, I don't know. I ran out of jokes there, which I shouldn't admit. But Kirk Cousins stunk. How's that? Yeah, he was injured, so that's a big reason why. But you got to realize that. You got to know what you're watching if you're an NFL GM, owner, or personnel, front office personnel there. So that's shocking. Rumors that he's going to go up north to maybe the Giants or the Jets. I would throw up. He used you once to get a contract, so Woody Johnson is stupid enough. Woody Johnson is stupid enough to sign him after he was clearly used to get that Vikings contract. So hopefully Cousins stays down south somewhere, finds a landing spot. Good for him and his family, but please, you know what? I don't even care. I hate the warplanes. I'm done. I'm a Bengal guy, Bengal boy. So you know what? The Cousins and Jets deserve each other. So speaking of the Jets, we'll go to the next topic. Aaron Glenn says Jets players were mad at him that Rodgers was cut. I can't. Me and Vin made an agreement to never talk about the warplanes or the Cowboys again in like early November. It's who cares? You know what? Every player who said that, trade them. every player who vocalized that opinion, you're not going to believe in Aaron Glenn, then all hope is lost. If it's Quinnen Williams, Garrett Wilson, that sucks. But cut him, trade him. You need believers, and if it's not, it's never going to work with Woody. It's never going to work with Woody Johnson and the coach that the players don't like before they even get on the field. Or if he does one thing that rubs them the wrong way, and they're skeptical to begin with. It's never going to work. That's why you needed to hire Mike McCarthy and probably keep Aaron Rodgers. Which gets to the next story. Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, wherever they land, it will be together. They are a package deal, apparently, according to reports and beliefs and thoughts around the NFL circle. This is not news. It's in Davante Adams' contract that with the Jets that if Aaron isn't there, then Aaron can get out, can opt out immediately. So we'll see where they go. Lots of talk about maybe the Vikings, maybe the Niners, especially if the Niners do a little shake-up there and don't re-up Purdy and don't keep Debo. They will have spots open. I don't know what that salary cap will look like for them, but rumors are, and I believe it. This one I believe. So they'll be, wherever Rodgers and Davante go, they'll be just as irrelevant as Stafford and Megatron when they were going with the Lions and not really winning big games. So good luck to you two. Thank you for your service. Get out of New York. No offense, Davante. You did nothing wrong, but Aaron was a pain in the ass half the time and a great teammate half the other half. So I don't know. I'm on the fence with Rodgers, but some of the shit he talks about and complains about and whines about and criticizes people for, it's been like 5 years, dude. Move the fuck on. All right. Speaking of another quarterback, the Pats might make Joe Milton available. This will be smart. They have their guy in Drake May. Yeah, you'd like a good backup, but you don't need it. And if you can get draft capital to build that roster, which has been terrible the last 5 years, because Bill Belichick lost his touch, let's be honest. So they're trying to play catch up. They are trying to, match and surpass the Bills, which is going to take time and players and draft capital. And spend money. There's rumors that they really, really like T. Higgins. So we'll see. We'll see what's in store for the Pat Riots. And then, speaking of the Pat Riots, their old Hall of Fame quarterback, Tom Brady, has been linked to, and it's been reported that the Raiders want to trade up to lock down Cam Ward as their quarterback and draft pick. Brady must have his eyes set for Cam Ward. I think this is a mistake. I think he's a turnover machine waiting to happen. Fumbles, interceptions when he forces it, especially if they're going to be down with a bad roster, a bad team like the Raiders. But everyone's hungry for that quarterback. If the Warplanes take the kid out of Jackson Dart, couldn't. Wow, my memory's shot. I don't even smoke weed yet. But if Jackson Dart goes 7 to the Warplanes, what are you guys doing? Just build your roster and then find the quarterback. You almost made the Super Bowl twice doing that with Mark Sanchez. Build your roster, find the quarterback elsewhere. Don't force it. Jackson Dart is not Joe Burrow or a guy like Herbert or something. So whatever. And then more news. Two more headlines came out of, I guess, Combine Media Day, if that's what the hell it was. Anthony Richardson is going to be in a competition for the starting job in Indy. I think this is smart. I don't think he's special. I don't think he's that good. Plus, the way he plays, he's going to get banged up and injured a lot. This competition's good. I do believe the whole if you have 3 quarterbacks, you don't have one. I do believe that when people do say that about sports and rosters and positions. But why not light a fire under his ass and see what happens? He was replaced by Joe Flacco, and in times Joe Flacco looked great with that roster. Guys like Pittman don't shine. Josh Downs, they don't shine. It's much like it's much like how the Steelers were kind of wasting Pickens and maybe the Fryermuth to a degree, just throwing Fields out there. Now the Steelers have a Hall of Fame coach and Hall of Famers on that defense, so they had a leg up on a team like Indy. Doesn't have a Hall of Famer on defense, don't have a great coach. So the Steelers could work around, having Fields out there really just getting by. But then when they put Russell Wilson in, they kept winning, and they made the playoffs. But that kind of ran out. They kind of ran that well dry, and I guess they became predictable, and they didn't really make. If you listen to, I guess it was the Ravens. The players on the Ravens defense said they didn't change anything from game to game. They just went out there and did that. I don't know if that's the offense. Was it Arthur Smith? I don't know if it's him being vanilla as hell, or if it's Tomlin just kind of maybe losing the fastball. I don't know. But I don't know. That leads us to our last story in the NFL. Oh, what are we going to do without the NFL in February? And this is just weird to me. I don't want to see it. I'm over him. I didn't like him to begin with. One of the dirtiest plays I've ever seen was committed by this guy on a football field. Gronk is rumored to be coming back to play for the Broncos. The Gronkos? Yeah, I don't need to see this. I don't need to hear his name anymore. I don't watch Fox, mainly because of him, because he's just a big goof. I don't think he adds anything to that pregame show, but I never watched the Fox pregame show. I like some of the guys there, but whatever, not for me. Yeah, I don't need to see him lumbering around and in a Terminator arm sling. It's over, man. And this is the day. This comes a day before Kelsey, I guess, text Pat McAfee to say he's coming back. I don't know why he wouldn't break that on his own podcast with his brother, but whatever. Yeah. So apparently the Gronkos might be a thing. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see what comes of that. Maybe he realizes he's not smart enough to do anything post-football other than kind of grunt and burp about Tom Brady pregame. Whatever. I have no love for Gronk. Fuck him. No offense. Fuck you. Yeah, so anyway, moving on. We'll see what happens after the combine. We'll see what happens with these free agent quarterbacks and these teams that need quarterbacks. Jets, Giants. We'll see what the Niners do. We'll see what the Vikings do. We'll see where Sam Darnold lands. We'll see all the good stuff, all the rumors, all the signings. First the combine, and then all the yada, yada, yada. We'll see where Stafford goes. There's rumors of him into New York, and who the hell knows. All right, and then the last thing I want to get to before we give our flush picks. Flush picks are back. Vin sent me his, and I have one for you. But the last thing is what got lost in the fake patriotism behind the four nations and the fake hatred and outrage about the NBA All-Star Game. Because none of that is serious. Everyone needs to calm down and relax. And these are exhibitions and not to be overblown. What got lost was the Unrivaled, the 3-on-3 women's league, started by, I believe it was Napheesa Collier and Brianna Stewart. So these women wouldn't have to go overseas to get by, because we all know WNBA women's salaries are very low compared to any other professional sport, like basketball, baseball, hockey, all that. So these girls need to make their money, want to make their money. They had to go overseas, and look at Diana Taurasi. She went overseas and she won like 3 championships in a row when the WNBA was not in season. So just add to her resume in basketball, because it's not the NBA Hall of Fame, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So they will mention the overseas championships when she is inducted, which I don't think she is yet. There's a chance she might have been. I don't know how that. I know some coaches get in while they're active. I don't know, but no, she can't be in. She can't be in. Anyway, she'll be in soon. But yeah, so Unrivaled. And my girl Angel Reese, is averaging 22 and 17 and shooting over 50%. She's working her ass off. It's going to show. She's going to be improved. All those jokes, all Twitter memes, because no one likes her for some dumb reason. We don't know why. But she's killing it. And what they did, but what got lost, that was just my little sidebar for my girl Angel. What got lost during all the All-Star festivities for both the NHL and NBA was Unrivaled, this new league, sent 30 of their, not their 30, that's all, opinion thing, but sent 30 of their top players into a one-on-one tournament, which is a great idea. The men would never do it. It would probably get too heated, and pride would be hurt, and bragging rights would be probably too... Because some of these guys are sensitive, so it might be a little too much for these guys to handle if they did a one-on-one tourney. But the women did it. The Unrivaled League did it. And Napheesa Collier, she won the whole damn thing over Aaliyah Edwards. If you know anything about WNBA, you know these names. They are all-stars. They are future Hall of Famers in the sport of basketball. So Napheesa Collier crushed it, won the one-on-one league. It had big names like Skylar Diggins and Dejanay Carrington. If you know anything about women's basketball, you know some of these names. Kate Martin, she's popular with the fans. So this was good for the game, but it probably should have been in the different time slot. I know they slid it in, I believe, early before the Rising Stars game. It was either before the Rising Stars game or the Celebrity game. Had an early time slot. But this is a great idea. This is something, listen, WNBA seems to be ahead of the curve with some of their stuff. This is one of them. Me, I'm always going to defend, basketball until I have a reason not to. But yeah, good on Napheesa Collier. Just wanted to give her a shout out because this really got lost in the Four Nations stuff and the NBA All-Star Game. Fake hatred, fake outrage. So that's it. Now, like I said, next week it might just be me with a whole new show. If Finn's around, you'll see PMP. And I also forgot. Well, before I give you the flush picks and send you into the weekend. Like I said, next week, new show. I don't know if it's once or twice, but listen, I'm going to come to you Tuesdays and Thursdays. If Vin starts coming every Tuesday, Thursday, my show will be Wednesday. But if it's me on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Vin's not around, you're getting a brand new show hosted by me, no Vinny, my own baby, my own little creation. Stick out for that. Please follow me on social. Please subscribe to it when the link is posted and everything. Do what you got to do to get more of us. Potty Mouths Pod on Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and X, Twitter. All right, but before I go, flush picks. I'm going with the LSU women's basketball team to beat Alabama on the road. They're minus 2.5. They were 2.5-point favorites on the road. That was my flush pick. Women's hoops. Vin's going with tomorrow night's game. Purdue, the men, are at home to play UCLA. They're favored by 5.5. These are our flush picks. Trying to bounce back. I'm 0-1 in college basketball, in men's college basketball. So I'm going with the women to even that record at 1-1. Vin is 0-3, surprisingly. He's dialed in a little bit more than me so far, but I'm getting there. So Vin's trying to get his first win on the board with the Purdue Boilermakers. All right, everyone. Until next week. This is PMP signing in for maybe a little bit, or maybe just like five days. We'll see. But please, have a good weekend. Stay safe.